Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, guys. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. So a beginner's class for new traders. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
For television.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or a picture of your girlfriend. Oh my god.
That's pretty cool. But this.
We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. All right, welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. As you guys know, on Tuesdays we do our class for beginning traders. I'm going to share my screen. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Mary. Hey, Mary, welcome. Marto, welcome. Hey, Betty, welcome. Kowisi, welcome. L, all right. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. All right. So we've got some new traders here this evening. All right. I wanted to start off with asking, as new traders, is there anything you guys want me to discuss this evening? As a new trader, hey KW, anything you guys want to learn about trading? Whether it's the markets, how to get started with trading, anything at all you guys want me to touch on in particular? All right. Hey, Solomon, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Mr. David. How are you doing?
Hello. Good, good. Welcome. All right. So we're gonna.
David, I have a question.
Hey, Mary, go ahead. Go ahead, Mary.
One question is, when you have a number of pairs opening up, like today, quite a number of the USD pairs opened up.
All right, the dollar pairs, yes.
The dollar pairs. How do you choose amongst those, assuming that you have a limited amount of money, so you want to focus on one or two. And then how long do you hold on to them? Because sometimes you select one and you see it's moving in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Similarly with stocks again, kind of the staying power. When I know you say you wait for the sell sign, but sometimes you see the thing getting depleted.
Okay.
So just basically, what kind of decisions does one take and when?
Okay. All right. So yeah, so we have several dollar pairs. So which ones to pick, right? Out of the several that we have. And that's a good question. And then how long do we need to stay? We want to stay in, and then when do we sell to protect our profits, right? That's basically the idea, Mary.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. All right. We'll get on that. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? No, this is the beginners class. All right. So we don't have any of our experienced traders here. Everyone here is new. All right. So I call this your safe space. All right. So don't be shy. Right. Right. So no experienced traders here. So if you guys are looking to get into trading, right, there's certain things that we must do to make sure we have success in trading, right? And these markets don't care, right? These markets, they do not care whether we have any experience, whether we know what we are doing. They don't care. If we don't know what we are doing, the markets will take all our capital. All right. So I look at trading, and I've been doing this for about 25 years now, over 25 years. All right. We started our company, my company, Monster Trading Systems, about 12 years ago. All right. So I've been in this a long time. I've been hurt by the markets, and I've done okay in the markets. All right. But you know, I've heard all the stories out there. So as new traders coming in, all right, there's certain things that we must do as traders so that we have some success, protect our capital, and again, we got to treat it like a business. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to recommend, and for traders, our traders that have been here already, still new, this is still good, right? To learn this stuff, and sometimes we have to go back to the basics. Some of you already have this book, Trading in the Zone. All right. So for those of you who have never, this is your first time, welcome. All right. I'm going to recommend you guys, and we recommend this book here. A few of our traders here have gone through our one-on-one coaching. All right. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is this book here. All right. I'm trying to do a check here. Trading in the Zone. Trading in the Zone. All right. By Mark Douglas. We recommend this book, highly recommend this book for all new traders coming into trading. All right. There's several books we recommend. This is the first one. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Master the markets with confidence, discipline, and a winning attitude. All right. Now, we give this book free to our traders that do the one-on-one. All right. Coaching. All right. Mary has done the one-on-one. Solomon has done the one-on-one with us. Okay. And they have their books. All right. And you want to, you know, even if you've read it a few times, you want to go through it, right? Constantly keep reading that information. You can also listen to the Audible. So those of you here for the first time, after the class is done, if you're serious about getting into trading, right, you can go on YouTube, type in Trading in the Zone. It will come up, and you can start listening to the Audible. All right. So Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. All right. Everything you think or thought about trading, all right, is not what you think. All right. It's a very different process. We have to think very, very differently. All right. And Trading in the Zone will help you get there. All right. So any questions on this? Any questions on Trading in the Zone? Any questions on that? Mary, you want to say anything on Trading in the Zone? You've gone through the book, right?
No, I don't have anything to say at the moment.
Okay, all right. All right. All right. But very good book. Very good book. All right. All right. The next thing I want to go over is these are some of the tools that you guys must have. All right. Some of the tools that you guys must have. So we're going to start with Trading in the Zone, the mind, your mindset, right? Building your mindset, understanding how trading works. All right. The next thing I'm going to go over for you guys as new traders and even experienced traders, we still have to go to the basics and follow this. All right. The number one question I always get from traders, the number one question I always get from traders, new traders especially, is how do I enter, all right, a trade, and when do I exit? So when and how do I enter, and then how do I exit? And basically the same thing Mary just mentioned, right? And Mary's been with us for a while, but it's still always a concern, all right? When do we enter? And when do we exit the markets or the trades? All right. Who here has traded? Who here has not traded? Hasn't taken a trade? Who here hasn't taken a trade at all? Has never traded?
I haven't.
Okay. So KW, you haven't traded. Okay. You've never traded, never taken a single trade at all. All right. Who else? Anyone else who's never traded? Anyone else? Betty, you've traded before? You've taken trades before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So KW. All right. All right. Let me ask you, KW. Right. So you've never traded before. Let me ask you, how do you think we enter a trade? If you wanted to take a trade as a new trader, you've never traded, what's the first step you think you would have to do to enter into a trade? And there are no wrong answers. No wrong answers. So if you wanted to take a trade, let's say you wanted to buy Tesla. Tesla is popular right now, or Apple. What's the first thing you think you might have to do?
I would say observe the trend.
Oh, observe the trend. Good job. All right. Observe the trend. All right. Anyone else want to add to that? Good job. Observe the trend. All right. Anyone else want to add? No, let me ask you. In observing the trend, what would you think you would want to look for?
I'm thinking whether it is going, which direction the trend going, upwards or downwards.
Very good. All right. All right. That's really good thinking for a new trader, right? All right. So identifying the trend, all right, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. If that trend is going down, obviously, we might not want to take that trade. All right. But I want to make it a little simpler. All right. I want you guys to, for new traders, for those of you who are here and you don't have this, all right, I want you to go ahead and take a picture of this screen right here. All right. Support and resistance, the keys to your success. So take a picture of this. I recommend that traders print this out when you get a chance and then laminate it. All right. It's that important. So support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right. So this evening, we're going to go back to some basics. All right. Support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right. Everything's going to start here. Everything, all your trading, all your entries and your exits. Okay. We'll start here with support and resistance. All right. Everything here, support and resistance. And you guys have probably heard of support and resistance in the past. All right. Support and resistance works like this. All right. Here is resistance. This line here is your resistance line right here. Resistance. And then here is your support line right here. All right. Think of your resistance line here is when price makes a high. So these are your candlesticks moving higher right here. Makes a high. All right. Makes a second high here. If that high is made around the same price, let's say that price right here is $100. All right, $100. Let's make it more clear. $100. All right. If the buyers push the price to that line, right, to that area, to that price, a minimum of twice. All right. Two touches, we've got resistance. All right. Think of resistance as your ceiling, right? So at your home right now where you are, that's your ceiling resistance. All right. Touches it a third time, we've got more resistance, stronger resistance. All right. At that $100 level, right? Fourth time, right? We've got stronger resistance. All right. And what's happening is the buyers can't push the price any higher and sellers are coming in, pushing the price lower. That's what makes resistance. But it has to be that resistance comes in, will always come in at a dollar amount. Whether it's $100, $50, right? That's your resistance. Just think of it again. That's your ceiling. Price can't go any higher. All right. And support and resistance is made by buyers and sellers. And there's a battle between buyers and sellers. All right. The buyers are looking to push the price lower. All right. Sellers are looking to push the price lower. All right. Buyers are looking to push the price higher to break resistance. Sellers, or we call them short sellers, are looking to push the price lower to break support. All right. So they're battling for position. All right. This area here between support and resistance is called consolidation. Right. So that's when the price consolidates. Right. Between a narrow range. All right. The narrow range, which is between support and resistance. Here is support down here. All right. A lot of new, and pay attention to this. A lot of new traders, right? And what is taught out there is that we want to buy at support and sell at resistance. Right? You hear this a lot. You want to buy at support and sell at resistance. So you want to buy here and sell here. All right. Who has anyone heard that out there? That you want to buy at support and sell at resistance? Has anyone heard that? No one? Okay. All right, good. All right. So you guys don't have any bad habits then. All right. So just know that that's not tradable. That consolidation period right in here between support and resistance, we do not trade that area. All right. So we do not want to buy at support and sell at resistance. Just think of support as sellers' territory. A lot of sellers are holding, waiting here to push the price lower. All right. At resistance, there are a lot of buyers holding, waiting, sitting here. All right. There are sellers here also to push the price lower, but there are buyers here. A lot of buyers here looking to push the price higher. All right. So if we look to buy at support, guess what? Price could go lower. If we look to get out, At resistance, guess what? The price could go higher. All right. All right. Any questions on this? All right. Any questions on this? Because we're going to get deeper. All right. So write this down, everyone. Write this down. Write this down, please. Okay. As a trader, right? We always want to buy. We want to buy on a break of resistance. So when we enter our trades, when we get into the market, when we buy that stock or buy that currency pair, whatever, that crypto, we want to buy when the price breaks resistance. So let's say the buy candle comes up right here, breaks resistance right here, right? Now, guess what? We've gotten past that $100 mark. Perhaps we're at $120 up here, and we've broken resistance. What that means is that the buyers are now in control, and that's where we buy. All right? So we only buy when the buyers are in control. So we're going to buy on a break of resistance because the buyers are in control of price now. All right? So I hope you guys wrote that down. Our entry, when we enter the trades, we are going to buy when the price breaks resistance. All right. And Mary, we'll talk about the dollar pairs and we'll use those as an example of where we should enter when we look at several of the pairs. All right. So we want to buy on a break of resistance, write that down. And then we want to sell, exit, close the trade on a break of support. All right. So we want to buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. Buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. We are always going to buy on a break of resistance because the buyers are now in control. All right. If the buyers are not in control, we should not be buying. All right. And if the sellers are now in control, and we'll know that the sellers are in control of price because the price broke support, sellers are now in control. We've got to get out of that trade, close the trade, get out because the sellers are now in control. Okay. So it's a simple process, but it's hard to do. All right. Because all our emotions is tied up in our trading. All right. Because this is our capital and we do not want to lose money. So what most of us will do, especially new traders, is guess what? Perhaps we bought on a break of resistance, price break support, right? And we look at our P&L and we're losing money, right? And we don't want to close our trade and take the loss, so we continue to stay in. And the loss gets deeper and deeper and deeper, all right? So by getting out early on a break of support, we reduce our losses, all right? And guess what? We live to trade another day. But the important thing is that we have small losses, all right? And we can do that, manage those losses, manage our entries and exits by support and resistance, all right? So just remember that. Our entries, all your entries, and again, write that down. We're going to buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. All right, so take that to memory. Buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. So that's how we use support and resistance. Support and resistance is your foundation. It is absolutely your foundation when it comes to trading. It's the one thing that we must learn and we must do. All right. All right. The next chart here that I want you guys to take a picture of, and we'll go through this. So take a picture of it. I recommend having it printed, laminated when you guys get a chance. All right. The next, as a beginning trader, you guys need a roadmap. You do not want to be in these markets trying to figure things out. All right. You need some tools and you need a roadmap. Support and resistance, that's your entry and exit. That's where you're going to enter and exit, right? But you need a roadmap. All right. And KW mentioned the trend. All right. A trend. And good job. Right. But we need to know how we identify a trend, right? When the trend starts and then when it ends. All right. So we can get in, get out safely. All right. Protect our capital. Defense is more important than offense when it comes to trading. Our defense, protecting, right, our trades, managing our trades is more important than offense. If we play a really good defense, guess what? The offense, the trends, KW will take care of themselves. All right. So this is your roadmap here. All right. So take a picture of this. The 4 market phases. So the 4 market phases that every trader must know. All right. The 4 market phases that every trader must know. And you must know this. All right. It is simple, but it's hard to execute. All right. But just like support and resistance, we want to take this to memory. And the goal is this. All right. Even for those of you like KW, you've never traded before, right? If you understand this, within a month, you'll be trading. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make millions of dollars, right? But guess what? You'll be trading. You'll understand the markets, right? Much better than traders that are out there winging it and been winging it for years. All right. We got a lot of traders been doing stuff for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and don't even know this. So just by knowing this, you guys will have an edge over everyone else, right? Out there. All right. So this is your roadmap. So let's go through it. All right. The 4 market phases that every trader must know. 4 market phases that every trader must know. The first phase is called the accumulation phase. The accumulation phase. The second phase is called the markup phase. All right. And I'll go through each one. The markup phase. Third phase is the distribution phase. All right. Fourth phase is the markdown phase. All right. And then we start all over again with the accumulation phase. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 phases. That's it. There's only 4 phases. There isn't 5, 6, 10, right? Just 4. All right. But those phases are important. All right. But just 4. You guys have to it's just 4 phases that you have to remember and you have to follow. All right. And the goal is, guess what? At the end of this evening, for those of you who are brand new here, all right, you can go on to any price chart. And now you can analyze that price chart using the 4 market phases. All right. And I'm serious. You will be able to do that. All right. All right. So again, we're not just randomly buying a stock or crypto because we've heard it on the news or a friend told us to buy. We're not going to do that. If we've done it, we're not going to do that anymore. All right. We're going to follow our support and resistance. We need to know where the buyers are, when the buyers are coming in, when they're getting out, right? When sellers are coming in, and we'll know that with support and resistance. And now, right, we have our roadmap here. All right. So think of accumulation as we are gathering, we're accumulating, right? Like a squirrel accumulating nuts, right? So think of it as the accumulation phase. We're gathering. It's called the accumulation phase because that's what the hedge funds do. All right. The hedge funds like to hide their trades from us. All right. All the money managers, all the big brokers, they like to hide their trades. So what they will do is accumulate down. You'll find it at the lower left. So the lower left middle, right here, and to the right of your screen. That's where you'll find the accumulation phase. It usually happens when price fell. Let's say it fell from $100 to $10 here. It's really cheap, really inexpensive. And the hedge funds, right, big banks, right, big traders, they start to accumulate shares. They start to buy shares at a low price, right? Hiding that low price from us. All right. That's why it's called the accumulation phase. That's where they're building their positions. We call it, they're building blocks of shares, and they're hiding those positions. All right. So that we are not aware. If everyone is aware, we'll push the price up. And guess what? It's no longer at $10, right? This should be $10. This should be $10, right? All right. So it fell from $100 to $10. So they want to keep that price low. All right. Accumulate. When they're ready, understand, as retail traders, that's what we are. We are retail traders. We don't have enough capital. We don't have enough money to move the markets. All right. So the big institutions, the big hedge funds, they're the ones that can move the price. All right. We don't have enough capital. I don't care if we put all our retail traders together. All right. It's not going to happen. Right. So the big institutions, and all we're doing is we're piggybacking on what they do. So when they move, we move. All right. So when they move, we move. All right. So here is your support down here. Here is your resistance right here. All right. They finally decided to break resistance. Right. What happens when the price breaks resistance? What do? We need to buy. All right. So we don't buy in here. That's where they're accumulating. All right. They're accumulating. All right. We wait. The accumulation phase, we wait when the price breaks resistance, and we're going to buy when the price breaks resistance. Okay. So KW, that's your trend. That's the markup phase. That starts your trend. That's phase 2. That's the markup phase. So now we're in the trade and it's moving higher. All right. Keep in mind, and I know as new traders, we want that price, we want that stock to go to the moon, and we want it to go in the straight line. You know, I was there at one time, right? But understand that doesn't happen, right? So price will consolidate again, just like it did here, and we'll have new support and resistance. Just think of the price has taken a break, right? Traders are taking a break. They might have gotten exhausted, right? Taking a break. All right. If the price breaks resistance, a new resistance like it did here, that's reaccumulation. All right. So that's new buyers. Just think of it as a new opportunity. New buyers are entering the market. All right. So new buyers are entering the market to push your trade even higher. So you entered here, they're pushing your trade even higher to push it up. That's the markup phase. All right. So that's your trend. That's your trend. And we make money in the trend. We need the markup phase. All right. To make money. All right. If we are stuck in that accumulation phase forever, guess what? We can't trade. We can't make any money. Right. We're not going to get a buy signal. So we need the price to finally break. We need buyers to win, buyers to come in, win. And now we're in the markup phase. All right. Again, new buyers coming in, we make new resistance levels. That's the reaccumulation phase. It's not going to go up forever. And I hope you guys have seen that, new traders, you see it on the news where stocks crash and markets crash, right? So it doesn't go up forever. At some point, it will make a high, all right? A high. Some traders call it a double top, whatever, right? It's going to make a high, all right? No more buying is happening. And then finally, we've got new support and resistance line up here. If the price breaks resistance, we've got another reaccumulation. But in this case, it did what? It broke support right here. If it breaks support, that's the distribution phase. So distribution means buyers are getting out, sellers are getting in. So we need to be out. So we need to close the trade. All right, let me get a different color here. So we would have bought here. We would have bought here on a break of resistance, sold here on a break of support. This is your trade. This is your trade. This is how we trade every single time. Every single time. We're going to buy on a break of resistance. We're going to enter into the markup phase. All right. When the price breaks support, right here, remember, we sell when the price breaks support because sellers are now coming into the market. All right. So we're going to buy here, and sell here. Buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. All right. Buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. So now we're out, right? We're out of the trade. All right. So accumulation, 1, markup, 2, distribution, 3, markdown phase. All right. We need to be out of the trade during the markdown phase. This is where sellers are in control of price. Hey, Gerald, welcome. Okay. So we need to be out. The markdown phase, write this down. We need to be out. Totally out. All right. So we need to be totally out of the trade during the markdown phase. That's where sellers are. Sellers are now in control of price. Okay. During the markdown phase, just like the reaccumulation phase, we've got redistribution phase. So it doesn't go down in a straight line. Price will consolidate just like it did here. All right. But this time, rather than a markup phase, is the markdown phase. So we have a downward trend. And as new traders, this is where you're going to get hurt if you don't get out here and you stay in the markdown phase. You're not trading anymore. You're gambling. That's not trading. That's gambling. This is trading. This is not trading. If you stay in here during the markdown phase, you're doing something else, but it's not trading. All right. So we want to buy here, sell here, be out during the markdown phase. Guess what? If it breaks support here, that's redistribution. That's more sellers, right? Heavy selling coming in, sellers coming in to push the price even lower. All right. So phase 1, accumulation. Phase 2, markup phase, right? Within the markup phase, we've got reaccumulation. Then we've got phase 3, distribution. Phase 4, markdown. Within the markdown phase, we've got redistribution. And then we start all over again. We start all over again with phase 1 right here. And now we've got accumulation phase, and now breaks resistance right here. We can start all over again. So our goal is this. We want to wait. And for new traders, it's hard for you to wait, right? But the reason why we can't wait, because we just don't understand what's happening. But once we understand this, right? Once we understand how trading works, then we just wait. It's no big deal, right? It's no big deal. It's the not knowing how trading works, right? Is what gets us in trouble. All right. So this little chart here makes a big difference. All right. Makes a big difference in your trading. All right. Any questions on this? I know you guys have questions. Don't be shy. Any questions on this? This is your roadmap. And if you're here, I suspect you want to trade. All right. So this is your roadmap if you want to trade. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? The 4 market phases that every trader must know. Any questions on this? Betty, any questions on this? Does this help? Does
Yes,
this make sense?
yes, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, how do I recognize that part during the market on an ongoing trade?
Okay. So let's do that then. Okay. So we're gonna go through. Let's go through some examples. Okay. All right, Betty.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Let's go through some live examples, and then we'll use live examples that Mary mentioned. All right, with the dollar pairs. Okay. I want to show you guys give you one more chart, and then we'll go right to the examples. We might go a bit over this evening, but that's fine. All right. Okay. I'm going to give you guys one more chart here. All right. All right. So KW mentioned, and good job, a trend, right? We need to identify, we need to trade the trend. All right. And we do. We need a trend. If the price stays in that accumulation phase forever, guess what? We can't trade, right? We need buyers to come in, right? We need to get a trend. That trend is your markup phase. That's the markup phase. That's your long trend. We call a long, right? We go long, all right? Or we go short. That's your downward trend, right? Markdown phase. All right. But we need the trend. All right. So trend following. Everything we do is called trend following. So we follow trends. We don't try to, we wait for the trend to develop, for the buyers come in, and then we enter. All right. Very important. All right. We're not predicting the trend. We're waiting for buyers to come in to then start the markup phase. All right. The trend. All right. So trend following, the meat of the trade. The meat of the trade. All right. We want to get the middle part of the trade. Remember, I said buy on a break of resistance. That's where we enter. We're going to sell on a break of support. We're going to exit here. We're going to buy here, sell here. I call that the meat of the trade, the middle part of the trade, the sweet part of the trade. All right. All right. As new traders, you're going to be tempted to get at the bottom here. All right. As new traders, you guys will be tempted to buy at the low and sell at the high. Understand that's not trading either. Buying at the low, all right, because the price is low and you feel like you're getting a low price, a cheap price, you can't do that because that's seller's territory. That's the markdown phase. This, if you look here, that's the markdown phase. So if you buy because it's low, guess what? It can keep going even lower. All right. If you get out here because you feel that, hey, it's went high enough, right? And you don't wait for the sellers to come in, guess what? It could keep going higher, just like it did here, just like it did here, just like it did here. We've got to wait and wait and wait for the buyers to come in, right? For the price to break resistance, for us to enter. Just like here, we've got to wait for the sellers to come in. And I know it's hard because guess what? It might move from $100 here, from $100 to $80. And I had a trader today, all right, had a beautiful trade and a great trade. I think it was up 300%, right? Currency, right? Great trade, right? And he mentioned, hey, I missed out on $400 here. I think his profit was a really good profit, right? but we can't be concerned about getting out here, right? We have to wait for our exit when the price breaks support here. All right. So we're going to buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break support. Forget trying to get the very top, get out at the very top and get in at the very bottom. Okay. You're not going to get it. Right. That's not trading. All right. That's not trading. All right. So forget about that. That's risky here. And if you do this, you're going to be leaving profits on the table. All right. Because if you could have gotten out here because it went too high. You thought it was too high and it kept going. Could have gotten out here, and it kept going. So we need to wait for the sellers to come in. Okay. So very good. So let's look at some live examples. All right. Let's look at some live examples. And Mary will look at the dollar pairs. All right. We'll look at the dollar pairs. So remember, always buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support, and we want to follow the 4 market phases. All right. All right. Okay, going to close some screens here. 1 second. Any questions while I do this? While I close some screens? Any questions? All right. So we'll be looking at, we're going to take a look at Forex. So currencies. And we're going to look at the dollar pairs. All right. The dollar pairs. So you guys should see my screen here. So Mary, your question was, which one, right? So which dollar pairs do we trade? Because we have limited resources, right? Right, Mary?
Yes.
Okay. So which dollar pair were you looking at? Was there one in particular, a few in particular you were looking at to trade?
I think my question was, there were a couple that had a buy signal at the same time. There was the dollar, the SEC,
SEK?
SEK, there was the NOK, there was, so there were a
USD.
number of them at the same time. So that was where the question is, when you have a number of them looking very similar.
Okay, so let's go through. So these are all the dollar pairs here. And that's a great question, right? All the dollar pairs here, right? And the dollar made a move today, right? We send out a message to look for opportunities in the dollar pair. So let's go through them. All right, let's go through each one. All right. So here. Okay. Red candles, those are sellers. So just think, guys, red candles, sellers, those are sellers. Green candles, those are buyers. All right. Red candles, sellers, green candle, buyers. All right. White, it's kind of neutral. You're going to find that in the accumulation phase. All right. So do we have any buyers coming in here? Just look at the current price right here. Do we have buyers, sellers? What's happening here? Okay. The lines here, and I know it's hard to see. All right. And I know might be your first time. So those of you who've been with us for a while, right, you might want to help the new folks out. Okay. These are our support and resistance lines, just like you guys saw on the chart, right? Support and resistance. These purple lines, yellow lines are our support and resistance. These blue arrows here, that's our buy signal to get in the trade. Okay, so Mary, let me ask you. This is a dollar pair here. All right. Are buyers coming in? Are we breaking resistance? What's the price doing currently? What's the price doing currently? Here's the price right here. Or what phase are we in? Let me ask, what phase are we in with this?
That one is in a markdown stage.
Markdown phase, but it's flattened out. So it's markdown phase close, but it's flattened out. It's found support right here. So we'll call it early stage of the accumulation phase.
Right, yeah, so it's
Yes.
a lot of uncertainty
A
there.
lot of uncertainty, all right? And we don't have any buyers coming in, all right? Very good, all right? So Betty, we're taking that information now, what we looked at, your charts, right? The 4 market phases, support and resistance. And now we're looking at live. These are live charts. Whether it's Forex here or stocks, doesn't matter, right? Every instrument, everything you guys trade will follow. That's what's cool about this, all right? Anything that you trade will follow the 4 market phases, will follow that cycle. They have to go through that cycle. All right. So once you guys get this, you can put anything to it, whether it's bonds, stocks, Forex, cryptos, futures, it doesn't matter. They have to follow this cycle. Okay. So let's go to the next one here. All right. What's happening here? That's a horrible chart. Let's go to the next one. Horrible. All right. How about here? That's another dollar pair. What's happening here? What phase are we in? Solomon, what phase are we in here? Solomon, what phase are we in? Kawisi, what phase are we in here? Guys, help me out here.
Consolidation.
Consolidation. Very good. Very good, Betty. Very, very good. Very good. All right. USD SEK. So, Mary, you had a question about SEK. All right. Here is USD SEK. What phase is it in here?
That's in markup.
In markup. Do we have a buy signal?
There was a buy signal.
A buy signal, right? Right. Do we have green candles or the buyers are in control?
Yes.
Yes. So we would enter the trade. All right.
So
We would
I'm
enter.
currently in that trade. That's one that I'm in.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. So look here. All right. We have green candles. This is a big green candle right here. Here is your resistance right here. Here is your resistance line, right? Big candle came in, your buy signal right here. Green candles, you're good. All right. It's not too far from the buy signal right here. All right. And what we hope is that it continues up that markup phase. If it fails, then resistance becomes support. I didn't talk about this, but resistance becomes support. And guess what? So if it fails, right, breaks resistance, which is now support. So break support, we would get a sell signal to get out here. So we would have bought here and sold here. All right. Taking a small loss. All right. So USD SEK, that's a good one. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And Mary, you in this one, right? You said USD SEK.
Yes, I am.
All right. Very good. All right. Look here. Here's another one here. Okay. Here's another one here. USD PLN. So forget the symbols. All right. We're just following the price and we're looking at the phases. What phase is this? Anyone? What phase is this? What phase is this? What phase is this?
This is also starting its markup and it's gonna sell, it's gonna buy signal.
Okay, but what phase is this right here? Right here. What phase is this right
That
here?
was markdown.
Markdown phase. That was the markdown. Notice we did not get any buy signals to buy all through that markdown phase. All right. All through that markdown phase, we waited here for the price to break resistance, give us a buy signal right here. That big long arrow, see this big, not arrow, but this big candle here. That's whenever you guys see these big long candles, and when we see these big long candles, we get really excited because this is a big buyer. These are big buyers, big institutions coming in, right? Pushing that price higher, allowing that price to break resistance for us to buy. All right.
So David, that was my question. When you look at those two, they're very similar.
Yes, they're very similar, right? But this is perhaps a better trade, right? Because we've got it. If you look here, now let me ask, why am I saying this might be a better trade than SEK? Why is PLN, USD PLN? Why is this a better trade, perhaps a better trade than SEK? And I'm not saying don't take SEK, all right? But why am I saying this, right? Right here, PLN. So if you're looking, you can't trade all of them, right, Mary? That's what you said, right? You can't trade all of them. You have a limited amount of capital. None of us can trade everything, right? So we're looking for the best trade, the best setup. All right. They're both breaking resistance. They both came from a markdown phase, right? They're getting into the accumulation phase. Why is this trade here so far a better trade than this trade right here? Anyone? Anyone?
Because it has greater potential.
Why?
Because it has kind of run you've caught it at the bottom of its markdown.
This one?
No, the other one.
Yes, very good. All right, so you see here, guys, where this one here, it's giving a high buy signal. It's not at the bottom here. And you have a lot of consolidation, not really clear price action. And you've got resistance. And I know this is a bit advanced here, but you got resistance. It's not very smooth, right? Compared to here, USD PLN, right? She's getting it right here at that bottom here. Really good accumulation. Broke resistance right here. Buyers are coming in. Okay, very good, very good. All right, let's take a look at this one here, USD PLN. All right, what phase is this one in? Markup, right? We got a buy signal here. Who's in control? The buyers are in control. Look what happens, guys. Look here. All right, look what happens when the sellers are in control. Look what happens to price. Hold on. This is why this is so important. And as new traders, you guys want to get this. You shouldn't get into the market. You shouldn't trade. These markets are risky. And this is important. Okay? Because the markets does not care. All right? How much we know or who we are. All right? I've done this a long time. They're doctors, lawyers, right? You know, professional folks that get into the markets because they think because they're great at one profession, they can get into this market, right? Not understanding this and make money. All right. And they will lose everything because they don't understand how this works. All right. So just because you're good in one profession doesn't mean, right, you can get into this market and trade and expect to get good results. All right. This is very, very different. Like anything else, we gotta learn it, right? So here, Buyers came in, we broke resistance, we got a buy signal here, resistance becomes support, sellers came in, we know that because it price broke support right here, we got a red candle, we got out here. So we bought here, got out here. Sellers came in, that's your markdown phase, we would have been out. We took a small loss here. That's okay. We're going to take losses, but we want to manage those losses. We want to take small losses. All right. And we're always testing. Here we are again. If we bring that resistance line across, add it to this line here, here is resistance here again. Buyers came in, green candles, buyers came in just like here, almost the exact place here. Look at here. Almost the exact place here. I know it's hard to see. Buyers came in, it failed. There's no guarantee that we're going to get a trend, KW, right? Your trend, right? There's no guarantee. We can't control the price. The price will do what it's going to do, right? The market's going to do. All we can do is manage. We can manage where we buy and where we sell, all right? So we bought here on a break of resistance, sold here on a break of support, all right? Because now red candles, the sellers are coming in. We have to get out. So we took a loss here, took a loss here. But what would you guys rather do? Take this loss here, or perhaps, let's say this was perhaps a 1% loss here, right? Here, perhaps, let's say a 3% loss here. So what would you rather have as a new trader, as a trader in general? 1% loss here, 1% loss here, or stay in the trade through the markdown phase and have perhaps an 80% loss here. Which is better? Taking a 1% loss here when the sellers come in, when the price breaks support, get out quickly, than having this loss. I hope you guys are going to say this loss right here, right? So, yes, right? And as new traders coming in, understand that we're constantly testing. No one knows whether this will move into a trend. Our job, remember I said defense. We have to play. The game in this is playing defense, but we need to know what we're defending against. And we're defending against the sellers, right? So our goal is to always sell when the sellers come in. With this system, we know red candles, they're coming in. But the point is this, whether it's this system, any process, the goal is this. When the price breaks support, this is why we have support and resistance lines all through our chart. They're that important. When the price breaks support, sellers are now in control. And guess, look what can happen. Look at this big sell candle right here. Right? So if we don't get out, this is what could happen. All right? So where most naive traders, all right, let's say they bought here, let's say they were lucky enough to buy here and they kept on holding and they're all the way down here, all right? Understand that trading is a zero-sum game. No one shares in the profits, all right? There's no sharing. It's a zero-sum game, meaning, right, for every winner, there is a loser. And for every loser, there's a winner. All right? So someone took a loss here. Someone took a loss right here. Someone lost. All right? But someone else gained. So we want to be on the side that's gaining, right? So our goal is to get out here, let the trade go through the markdown phase, right? Wait, we can short it, but we won't get into that tonight. All right, wait for that accumulation phase. Buyers will eventually come back in, right? And while we're waiting here, we trade other instruments, right? And then wait for when buyers come back in to now get in. We'll have someone else take that loss. So let's say someone bought it at 168 and it dropped all the way down to 158, 156 right here. All right, we'll wait. Let's say if it goes lower to $100, we'll keep waiting until the buyers come in. All right. Does this help? Does this help?
Yes, a lot.
It helps a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps a lot, right? So remember, just trading in the zone, right? Highly recommend it. If you guys are serious, get on YouTube, start listening to it. Listen to it several times, right? Support and resistance. We got to draw out your support and resistance. You got to wait for buyers to come in, for the price to break resistance, then you buy. If the price breaks support, then you sell. If not, right? If it doesn't come back, if it stays in the trade, goes to that markup phase, you got to leave it, let it hold. All right. And at some point, it will accumulate, consolidate, break support, and then we get out. Okay. All right. And just remember, we do not want to be those traders holding. And this is what a lot of traders will do, right? So let's say they bought here, price goes down, they'll add more. Dollar cost averaging, right? And they'll keep adding more to the trade, hoping that it goes back up. All right. So we don't want to do any of that. All right. All right. Mary, before we close, does that help you at all in identifying the dollar pairs that you need to get into or you're looking to get into? Does that help? I want to make sure.
Yes, it does.
Okay. I want to go through one more thing. All right. If it's gone like this, here is your resistance line right here. All right. Here is your resistance right here. Here is your buy signal. All right. If it's gone far like this, you notice I send out the pairs that you guys should could look at to enter. This was not one of them. It's moved too far from the buy signal. Okay, so if it's moved like this, too far from that buy signal, don't chase it. It's gone. All right, it's gone too far. So SEK is a good one. It's still near the buy signal. PLN is a good one. It's still near the buy signal. All right. Let's see here. That's not ready yet. Sellers are still having it. That's not ready yet. Here's another good one right here. Here is resistance. It's a bit high, but that's fine. Good markup phase. Had the first buy. Here's the first trade here. Just broke resistance, right? Green candles. It's getting up that markup phase. All right. Here is one here. That's not bad. All right. Still forming. Another one here. All right. Good markdown phase right here. All right. This one here, not ready yet. See here? Red candles still working out, right? It's in that markdown phase, right? So we just leave it alone, let it do its thing. Here's another one here setting up. No buy signals. We'll let someone else take these losses here, right? Someone else we'll let them take those losses and then we'll wait here. All right. And then the last one here, dollar CAD. All right. I send a message that this is still working out its consolidation. So it's got to get past, it's got to buy signal, but it's got to get past this resistance. This is resistance level right here. So it's got a high resistance. If you guys look here, okay, look here, and we'll be done. So right here is resistance. Here is support right here. So it's stuck within a big consolidation right here. All right, so it's got to get past this right here, kind of break through right here. for us to start looking to enter. It's got to get past all of this consolidation in here, and it's high. So this is not a very good trade. There are better trades out there. All right. There are better trades out there. This is not. Can we trade it? Absolutely. If it can clear this big resistance here, just know that sellers are here. This is where sellers are sitting. All right. So the last time it made it here at resistance, sellers came in, push it back lower. Then the green candles here hit resistance. Sellers came in, push it all the way back down. See how sellers are keep knocking the price down right here. Right. Buyers push it to resistance. Sellers brought it all the way back down. Same here, all the way back down. So sellers could come in here and push it all the way back down. So we need confirmation, all right, that buyers are in, buyers are really coming in, all right? And we'll know that when the price breaks this resistance here, but not a good trade. This is not, there are better opportunities, all right? All right, I hope this helped. For new traders, guys, all right? Don't try to figure this thing out on your own. If you want to trade, and trading is not easy, all right? It's not easy. But it can be done. We have lots of traders that do this, right? All day long. So thanks for coming. We do 5 classes a week, Sundays through Thursdays. All right. Our beginners class is on Tuesdays, but we have other classes too. And Betty, you've been coming to the other classes, and obviously our other traders here. All right. But just keep coming. Keep coming to the classes. Keep getting this information if you guys want to trade. All right. You can't just go out there and wing it. You will lose. You will lose a lot of money. All right. So, all right. Hope this helps. I will see you guys tomorrow for trading in the zone, trend following, and trading systems tomorrow. Okay. Take care, guys. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.